I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about this deal that popped up a little ways ago. Let's see. Was that May 6th? So, it's been around a few weeks. It says $80,000. I've already noticed, since I've gone back to it, that the listing has changed a bit. Arcade games, pinball, video games, jukeboxes, air hockey. Let's click on it. And posted 9 days ago. There we go. Okay, so it's listed for $80,000, and it says approximately 22 pinball. Before it said 40. So this has been revised, and I believe that said 140 video games. So 22 pinball machines, 5 jukeboxes, 120 video games, air hockey, pool tables, from late 70s to 90s. Must take all. That's a bit of a challenge. Or arrange with others to do like a group buy. Many video are converted, but original boards available. Plenty of parts. Pac-Man, Outrun, Operation Wolf, Hang Time, Cruisin' World, Judge Dredd. That wasn't listed there before. I'll show you after, but this Judge Dredd ended up being the best pinball machine in terms of title in the lot. Police Force, Incredible Hulk, some surprise finds, $80,000. So here's the photos that are listed. Now that machine is located outside under a tarp, sort of. I mean, imagine they just took off the tarp to take that photo. Outrun. Now, I do not know my arcade games, but I remember Outrun was kind of popular and probably, probably did well in the arcades. We got a side shot of, what does that say? A Cruisin' World, maybe? I know video games, because I buy and sell video games, or used to, for like 15 years on eBay. Starting in 2002. So I've been through a lot of video games, so I kind of know titles from that way. Console games, just my arcades I'm not too good with. But this here is a Stellar Wars head that looks pretty much in shambles. And then whatever all this stuff is here, see this? That looks like, it kind of looks like an El Dorado, but it is not, because I have the list. How did I get the list? Well, our buddy Steve Verstegen, he reached out to the guy. He's into arcades and pinball, and asked for a list. And surprisingly, he got one. And I have that, and I'll pull that up. Operation Wolf. I remember actually playing. No, I remember playing this on a console. I'm not sure which console, but got a gun. That's pretty cool. Water ski. So that's basically all the photos you get. Lethal Enforcers driving. You can see it's kind of stacked up in there. Oh look, Sure Shot head. Gottlieb, late 70s wedge head. That's all. Okay. So Steve got a list, but before he asked for a list, before he got the list, that list was posted in the Ontario Pinball Enthusiast group. But the only problem was, the list was posted as one big giant long sentence with no punctuation. So it was very hard to read and tough on my brain. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can find that. Okay, I was not able to find the list. But the one that was posted on that Facebook group was kind of the first time that the list was unveiled to the public. And yeah, so like I said, there was 40 pinball machines listed in the listing, but there was really only 22 in the list. So things got revised, but we got the list. Trying to read what, imagine all this in one sentence, every word next to each other with no punctuation whatsoever. It was just tough on the brain. Kevin was trying to read it. I was trying to read it. You could kind of nothing was sorted out. This is all so sorted out and done so nicely. It was just everything everywhere. Anyway, so I'm not going to read everything off the list, but for those savvy arcade peoples, let's see. You can tell what games are good and what games aren't. I'm not really privy to that. I think I was told about a couple rare games like Punch-Out. I think there's supposed to be 2 or 3 of those. That's a decent game. It's had 2 monitors in it, I guess. One on top, one on bottom. Again, a lot of these sounded like they were converted, so who knows. Wonder Boy was a cool game. Played that in the arcade. Double Dragon. I actually owned an arcade game back in early high school, and it was Double Dragon. That was my first arcade game I ever owned. I only owned like 5 or 6 or something, just usually from picking up pinball machines, and there'd be an arcade included with it. But this is the list. Just let you glance over it for fun. Oh, I see Ghosts and Goblins down there. That's amazing. Ninja Gaiden. It's from like NES. Snow Brothers. That was a rare game for NES, I believe. Okay, so a bunch of jukeboxes. And then here's the pins. So, we got Sure Shot, good. Cleopatra with a no good backslash. Police Force, good. Stellar Wars parts. Abracadabra from Gottlieb. Pinball Pool. Freedom. Unknown. Gottlieb 300, that's the bowling one. Wedgehead EM. Incredible Hulk from Gottlieb. World Cup. If that was World Cup Soccer, that would be one thing, but it's the World Cup early solid state. It is not good. Game Plan Lizard, that's kind of a unique one. Williams Pitch and Bat, probably like a EM one. Probably not. It's Slugfest. Royal Flush, that's a good game. Bally Lost World needs main board and glass. Caveman. I didn't really know much about Caveman until I looked that up. That's worth having a peek, because I want to show you this game. Okay, Caveman. I thought it was some weird sit-down arcade slash kind of pinball-y. I didn't know what I thought it was, but when I looked it up, it certainly wasn't that. 1,800 units were made, which is more than I thought, considering I don't think I've ever seen this game in my life. It's a wide body? I did not know that. Gottlieb System 80A. Alright, let's scroll down here. Who designed it? John Burris. I'm not sure I've heard of that person. But here's the flyer. The world's first pinball video game. Caveman. Alright, so let me get a good shot here. Oh, this is the flyer. Okay, this is a good shot. So it's kind of like the, you know, Hyperball, Rapid Fire Cabinet, 8-Ball Deluxe LE. It's kind of like that, but different. 8-Ball Deluxe LE has the displays down here and the Translight up here, I believe. But it's got a little monitor in the game here. And look, a joystick on the lock bar. It's actually pretty friggin' cool. Here's a live shot of it. And let's try and get a side view just for fun here. Here we go. It's like, it's kind of hideous, but it's cool in its hideousness. There's a Gottlieb logo there. It's got some interesting art. Caveman dude in the middle of some dinosaurs. Anyway, so that is in the lot. It's probably the worst game ever. Okay. I should look up Lizard for fun. Anyway, Meteor Pin needs main and power. Trident, great game. Judge Dredd, that is the money game. Oh, okay, yeah, so before I forget, as it turns out, this barn or structure is kind of in the middle of a field. Like, there's no farmhouse to go with it. It's just barnage. And from what I understand, I'll get into this after, but I guess a lot of the good stuff got stolen because it's just in the middle of nowhere and someone found the stash and probably cherry-picked all the good stuff. And if the good stuff I use very lightly because condition we'll be talking about shortly. So there's a rapid fire as well. Let's look that up quickly. Okay, here's rapid fire. 5,000 units. They must have been really trying to get rid of these shitty cabinet designs. 1982. Yeah, the rapid fire and the hyperball were Williams games, right? Oh, Bally. Hyperball was Williams. But the caveman was Gottlieb. Okay, that, yeah. So that is a different cabinet design altogether. I'm confused the two. I was thinking they were all the same manufacturer, but that is not true. That makes caveman even kind of cooler, being a Gottlieb, come to think of it. It's just kind of a one-off where, you know, Bally Williams was using. Well, that looks quite different. There's rapid fire. The displays down here. Yeah, okay, that's the same cabinet as Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, except obviously the panel's different, but you know, it's kind of a one-trick pony game. It's really like Space Invaders meets pinball meets arcade kind of thing. If you're not familiar with it, it just shoots out a million small pinballs like a machine gun. There's another shot. I've never seen a rapid fire. I've had a hyperball, but it was a project and never got to play it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's very novelty, but yeah, it's still kind of cool. So we got another Meteor, a spin-out, Gottlieb, Kingpin, Glass and Cabinet Fair. And then this is where we got a little hopeful that there was 2 spirits, not a Spirit 2, maybe okay. We didn't really know. We were trying to figure out if they happen to have 2 Spirit, which is from Gottlieb. Actually, I got to look that up, because if you don't know Spirit, you need to know it. Only 1,230 units ever made. Gottlieb System 80A. It is basically Haunted House and Black Hole's brother or sister. Let's see. Let's try and get a... I haven't really looked at one in a long time. Daryl Pelon from London, Ontario has one. He got it from Aaron Atro, who used to have an amazing collection of pinball machines and hosted our local league. Was one of our hosts. But he got out of pinball completely. There's Spirit. Look at this. Beside a black hole and a haunted house. This is a photo from Jean-Pierre Renault. So that's... Daryl has that same lineup in London, these 3 machines. Anyway, let's take a quick peek at the playfield. We were hoping, that says stripped playfield, that there was 2 spirits in the lot. But in the grand scheme of things, we think it was a spelling mistake, and it was Sprint 2, not 2 spirits. So that would have been cool. That might have almost made things a little more interesting. But you got to buy all 180 machine. No, what is it? 140 plus 20, 160. No, there's more than that. You got to buy the jukeboxes, the pinball, the pool table, the shuffleboard, the hockey, the everything. Like, you need a friggin' warehouse in order to even contemplate this deal. Unless you get 10 people going in, each grabbing, you know, a piece of the pie. Okay. So, Steve Verstegen was kind of talking with the guy. Kevin was kind of asking me if I was interested. I was tagged in that Ontario thread, like, that I should go buy it all. And someone, I think, suggested to open up, I could open up an arcade, and someone, Shawnee Boy, chimed in. He's like, hey, I know someone who could manage it for you. He's a manager. So I think the consensus was that I should buy it all, open an arcade, and hire my friends, and we run a cool arcade bar, which sounds awesome. But that is not happening. Okay, so I get a call from another buddy of mine, Clint, shout out. He says that he was able to talk to the guy for a good couple hours, kind of get the story, see what was going on, and was able to get in first crack, first shot, first look, and was wondering if I wanted to split on the deal with him 50-50. And I said, well, you know, probably not, because I'm not really, there's not much pinball machines in there that I'm too interested in, but he was going to go check it out, because it's literally a half an hour from his house, but like over 3 hours from my place, so for him to go scout it out, that's I guess kind of partly why I'm doing this video, is because I didn't get to go there and do a video, which would have been horrible and awesome, but knowing that there was probably no deal to be had, it was quite the journey. It would have been fun to go see, but that's why I'm kind of doing I guess a video of still photos instead, because it's the next best thing. Okay, so my buddy went there and had a look, and let me find the photos he sent me. Okay, I don't know why for the moment these photos are showing up all dumb like this, but this is what we got. We'll just deal with it for now. So you can see, this structure at least is one of these kind of arched metal buildings. And you can see piles of crap in there. There's lots. Let's see what else we got. I don't know why these photos are turning out like this. It's a little bit sad, but you can get the gist of what's going on in there. Oh, that one's even smaller. Yeah, I wish I had higher res photos. I don't know what's going on here. Let me double check something. Alright, this might work a little better. There's a pinball pool. And let's, oh yeah, they kind of got smaller on me again. Oh well. Okay. Take a look at this building, or lack thereof. You can see the outside world. And that's never a good thing. You can see a lot of the outside world. That means snow, rain, ice, sleet, hail, mouse, and the biggest culprit of this whole deal was raccoons. My buddy said the smell hit him as soon as he walked in. This is Clint. He went there with his dog, and his dog was on high alert. He did not like what was going on inside this building. I guess Clint was saying basically that it seemed like, at least for a decade, the raccoons have ruled this roost. It smelt like raccoon poo, it looked like raccoon poo, and felt like raccoon poo. It was apparently super nasty. This is maybe an example of what he's talking about, where you could see the claw marks of the raccoons climbing over everything. That could be a you know, piece of that right there, but he said he didn't actually see the raccoons because they were kind of hidden. They were, you know, not coming out to play, but this is like looks like one of those storage units, and you can see some stuff in there. I don't know what that says. Site for, is that the Judge Dredd way back there, do you think? It's hard to tell, but this, you know, the photos, I say, actually make the machines look better than they probably are. This is the spin out, and this is Kingpin, right? That's probably Kingpin. But look at this structure too. I guess that's the same structure, just a different angle. You can see daylight, so that's never good. All right, I think I showed you. Oh wait, no, this is a good photo. This kind of is a better idea of the quantity. You can kind of see just piles and piles. Like, say you did want to go and try and cherry pick, that looks like Donkey Kong. A few, like say you wanted to buy 10 or 20, you'd have to move like potentially 50 machines to get at the 10 you want, or more. It would not be fun. So I am not participating in this deal. Clint is not. Kevin is not. Well, probably not. And Steve is not. Nobody is participating. Because, well, condition is definitely the first variable. I mean, everything looks pretty bad upon closer inspection. I know the photos aren't that great right now, but condition, obviously space. You need to have, you know, 500,000 square feet to store all this stuff. It would take you 50 years to process it all. And it's probably in such deplorable condition that you may not even have a good starting point. A lot of it is just garbage. Did I even show this photo? This looks like even a separate building where you can see more outside world. There's a Rygar way back there. I used to love Rygar. What game? What console? I think we played that on the Commodore 64 possibly back in the day. Anyway, so it would have been kind of cool to go to this location and do a video, but there's just really, it would have just been for the adventure, and knowing that there's really no deal to happen, no real pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So it wasn't all that motivating to go do a full day in raccoon shit. So I thought I'd at least share kind of what I know about the deal and some exclusive footage, photo footage, because you know, you saw the photos that were listed on the ad. There was only a few of them, and so at least we got a little more information from Clint, who scouted it out. Thanks for the offer, buddy, on the deal. But looks like we're walking away from this one, but them's some serious shenanigans going on right there for sure.